So now this bevel is set, what I like to call a bevel set, for the geometry's been corrected. Now this thing is perfect. So at this point, all I need to do is take it through the progression and we're good to go. Just for fun, let's check the wobble on it. There's nothing there. Absolutely nothing. That thing's flat, flat, flat. Okay. This is my shaft in 2K. Nice. See that? Nice and clean. Nice squeegee effect. All right. There we go. I just feel it smooth right out. Okay, that's it on the 2. Take it to the 5. Sometimes I can skip the 5K step. Actually, I'm not even gonna lap it. I know it's been lapped. There's not much I do here. You can see there's a little bit of swarf coming off. Nice. Love these Shapton stones. That heel still likes to be a little bit stubborn. All right, that's it on 5. Take it to the 8. All right, if you've seen my videos before, I always have a Shapton 8K. Well, I have a Shapton 8K, but I dropped it in the sink here and it broke. It was about 5 years old. It was getting pretty thin, and I tried to glue it back together, but it didn't work. So I took out my old Norton 8K. This actually works really well. It dishes a little bit more, and it does have a lot more swarf, but that's kind of good because when I lap it, the swarf comes off. I know when I've flattened it out. Okay. Doesn't quite fit on the Shapton holder. I need to get someone with a wet saw and just trim off a hair on this on the side. Okay, so now this is the point where I take and I kill the edge. I lightly drag it across the corner of the stone. And I do that because I was down at a 400 diamond plate and it can tend to get a little toothy. So as we test the edge, it really doesn't cut. If I push hard enough, it will. All right, so let's bring it back. I don't like to leave the slurry on, it just makes it cut a little bit faster. Nice. Great feel. Woo! Look at that there. Beautiful. Beauteous. Okay, so that's done for this part. I've talked about when I re-hone a razor after I've done this stuff, I just take it to 8K in the finished stone. I don't need to go any lower than that because I've already fixed the geometry. All I do is kill the edge, 8K, bring it back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to finish it on a caudicle. I spoke with the gentleman, and we decided that that's what kind of finish we're going to put on there. So if you've seen my caudicle videos, seen the ILR video, it's the same, under running water. I can feel some resistance in there. I can tell this one's probably not going to get real sticky, but I can feel it. There it goes. Let's turn that water up. Increase the hydroplane effect. Very light. Beautiful, beautiful finish. Love this German steel. Okay, I'm going to, one thing, to take it just a little bit further, a few passes on the fire hose. That's it. Let's take it back to the stone. The resistance went away, but now it's back. It takes about half a dozen passes and it comes right back. Let me turn that water up. Whew. Very nice. All right, so that's it. I just did it. There is some wear on the spine. It is a little bit uneven from one side to the other, and there's a little bit more on the heel. Actually, on one side there's more wear on the heel, and the other side there's more wear on the toe. But this razor has just been transformed. This is a fairly old razor, several decades old, but I can guarantee it's now going to shave like it's never shaved before. This is going to be a phenomenal shaving razor. That's it. And a phenomenal shaving razor it was. You know, I shaved with it after I honed it, and it really was spectacular. It's definitely one of the top 5 razors that I've ever shaved with. I have to get a Puma. I've since spoke with the owner. He was extremely happy with the way his razor performed too. You know, when people will send me the razor, you know, I will tell them in advance that I prefer not to use tape, which means it's going to have hone wear. I will forewarn them. It's going to have hone wear. The hone wear most likely is going to be uneven. It's going to be asymmetrical, and it'll probably decrease the resale value of the razor. But in my opinion, definitely the way to get the razor to perform the best is to correct that geometry. If you haven't done this before, I would suggest that you practice on some razors that may not be your favorite. I like to do it on gold dollars. Gold dollars are great. They're $5 razors, and they're generally pretty far out. So, you know, there's definitely plenty of work to do on those. I learned that one the hard way. I've had to buy a razor or two before I had this technique perfected. But what I've done here is I've accomplished 2 things. Number one, transforming the razor as far as the function of the razor, the way that it's shaved from before to after. It's comparable to dual turbocharging the car. I mean, they just perform so much better when the geometry is in line. There was a guy, I did his razor. Geometry was off. I sent it back to him. Now, I honed this thing on a cuticle, and he emailed me back and he said, "What did you hone this thing on?" And I said, "A cuticle." And he says, "No way." He says, "Look," he says, "I did a hanging hair test on this thing." And he says, "I've done hanging hair tests on my razors before, and the only way that I could get them to perform to the level that your edge that you just put on there," he says, "I had to use a strop or a pasted strop, or, you know, the sprays or stuff like that." He says, "I've never had a razor pop hair like this that came right off of a stone." I said, "It's a cuticle." I said, "The difference is the geometry." So these things perform unbelievable. And you know, I'd started out saying before that people just they disagree with the premise of the tap and wobble test. The only reason I really think that they do is because they haven't had a razor that was really warped and then it was straightened out and then they shaved with it again. The other thing that we've accomplished here by correcting the geometry problem is to make it easier for the person, the owner of the razor, to hone from there on out, or anyone after that. I mean, once this is done, I've said before that setting the bevel is a one-shot deal. When I said that in my bevel setting video, I'm talking about this geometry correction. You only need to do this one time. After that, it's 8K finish stone. So, you know, it's really, really easy. At this point, anybody can do it. You know, people try and say that honing, you know, it's this black art, it's hard, you know, because I'm so good, it's really hard to do. No, it's not. You know, with all of those wrist gymnastics that I had mentioned, that's because the razor's warped. If you remove all of those things, all you're doing is you're dragging a piece of metal on a rock. That's it. Easy to do. Anyone can do it. Now, there are some people that may not want to do this to the razor. They might not feel comfortable with it, and I can understand that. Send it to me. I'll do it for you. I can do your razor. I can straighten out the geometry. I can make it perfect for you, and then from there on out, you can take care of it for the rest of the razor's life, yours or the razor's. A lifetime of easy hones thereafter. One other thing I wanted to say, well, maybe a couple other things here. All of the stuff that I used in the video, it is available on my Chef Knives to Go webpage, so I'll put the link down below. I do appreciate you guys watching. You know, all of the years that I've been doing this, and I get some great letters from you guys. I read them all. Most of you know I do respond to most of them. And if I don't, I'm probably just really busy, but I do appreciate you guys watching. As always, if you have any emails or any questions, email me, drmatt357hotmail.com. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll be seeing you soon. Hey guys, there is one favor I'd like to ask of you, and that is if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I put some good stuff out. If you're already subscribed, YouTube has changed their rules. They no longer send out email notifications. So when I post a video, you don't get emails anymore. But there is a way that you can fix it, and here's how you do it. What you need to do is go to one of my videos, any one of the videos, and if you're not subscribed, there's a subscription button here. Just click on the subscribe button and you will be subscribed to the channel. But even if you're already subscribed, what you need to do now is click on the bell, and the bell is going to open this window, and you need to check the box that says send me all notifications for this channel. That way you will then again be notified, or you'll be sent an email every time I post a video on the channel. Click save. And one thing you want to check when you go back here, if you look at the bell now, you'll see the sound bars. That's going to confirm that you will be receiving notifications from my channel. All right, guys, that's it. Appreciate you watching again. Have a great rest of the day.